Good evening, no? Good evening. Welcome to Touch Gloves Boxing. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours truly Tre, when you're ready. Yo, what's good?
Yo, what's going on, cuz, man? What's
Nothing
going
much,
on?
man. I'm good. I'm good. Can't complain. I'm good. It's Sunday. I'm good. You?
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm excited, man. I can't even lie. We've obviously had a exciting week in terms of news of boxing. Of course, we've had a few things being spoken about in the social media world, of course. And cuz, man, you know what we do. You know what we do in this show. Like, it's all about energy. It's all about passion. We love
Mm-hmm.
the sport. We're not boxers, but we watch
Mm-hmm.
the game every day. So
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. So
Mm-hmm.
I just want to get straight into this topic because it's part of the subtitle:
Mm.
"The Beast from the East
Peace.
versus Just Business." Cuz,
Business.
before I ask you, is this a good fight for you, cuz?
Do
Personally,
you know what? It is, but I don't know if it's gonna happen now.
mm, mm,
Should it happen now or should it happen before? I don't know, but
mm,
I will give you my reasons why.
yeah,
Um, they're both upcoming. I would probably say one's got a bigger profile than the other,
mm,
but they're both good boxers, and the light heavyweight division is electrifying.
yeah, man. Talking about the rock sort of energy, man. It's
Yeah,
electrifying the light heavyweight division.
because like, look, put it this way, right? Anthony Yarde, he's worked hard, right?
Big up,
And
yeah.
he's what, number one in the WBO.
Mm,
And Joshua Buatsi, again, he's working hard.
mm,
But then, like, would Yard, put it this way, all right, from a fan's point of view, right,
yeah,
I would say Yard is probably running the shots.
of
And I'll
course
tell
he
you
is.
why.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, like, look, remember, he fought for a world title. He lost, right?
Mm,
He's also a bigger draw. And he's got the bigger profile. Don't get me
yeah.
wrong, no disrespect to Joshua Buatsi. He's coming up there, he's knocking down guys, whatnot. But would Yard want to give him an opportunity now? Or would it make sense once he gets a world title, then they can talk again. Then that fight
Ooh,
can potentially happen.
ooh, okay, okay. Now I'm sort of deep in what you're saying. So basically, what you're saying is, if all right, let me just paint the picture. So Yards is obviously the bigger name in terms of his boxing profile. In terms of their abilities in the ring, you can argue that they're both good boxers. And look, I love
Yeah,
them both. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, yeah.
I favour one man a lot more because he's from East London. I'm from East London. I'm gonna obviously support Yard in this situation, but at the same time, I know what Buatsi's been doing, man. He's been knocking out guys. He's been doing his job, and his name, just business, JB, is what he does in the ring. Goes
Just
in the ring,
business.
just business, collects his
Just
cake,
business.
go home. He's not about the hype. Like I,
Yeah.
I I like the brother as well. So
Mm,
what you're saying, cuz, is
mm,
maybe if Buatsi sort of goes in a different route,
mm,
gets a title,
mm,
yeah.
mm, mm.
Yard goes in a different route, gets a title, and then both of them come together.
Oh, mate, that will be
London
amazing.
Stadium, London Stadium, yeah. 80,000, 80,000 people in the London Stadium for a unification bout, the home of the Olympics as well. Come on, come on.
Nah, that that
That's
that that business wise, that will make sense. That would make sense.
it's a
You know,
no-brainer.
it's a no-brainer. But I mean, I was watching an interview the other day with Eddie Hearn on IFL TV, I believe, not too sure. He
Mm,
mentioned that they've given he's emailed Queensberry promotion, and according to him, Buatsi wants he wants to fight Yard.
wow, wow,
They
big
given
up.
they've given an offer, but again, I don't know how true that is. But
Mm,
from a boxing fan, I'm a fan, of the sport,
mm,
and some will say it's too early. Yeah,
Mm,
because think about it, right? Think about it. The light heavyweight division right about now is on fire, and not
mm,
just that, and Buatsi, he can go on a different route. He's like what he is ranked number 3 on the WBA. He could
okay.
potentially challenge what's his name, Bivo. Yeah,
Oh,
he can.
Bivo. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he can potentially challenge him,
Mm,
and then Yard, will challenge what, Joe Smith, and just
mm,
imagine both men win the belt, then that could be a good unification fight. But just remember, their division is hot at the moment. You can't ignore all the other prospects. You've got the
mm.
likes of you've got Richards, you've got I think his name's called Aziz.
Yes, yes.
You've got
Dan
Callum
Aziz.
Johnson.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just called out Lyndon Arthur. Just
See,
yeah, he's called him out.
there
Wants
you
him.
go. So you can't. I mean, there's a lot of dudes in this division, bro. You know, and look, the reality is, yeah, not everyone will become a world champion. Some will. And
Mm,
I get where Ed Hearn's coming from. He's saying there's a lot of people in this division. Eventually, they're going to have to fight each other. So why not do it now?
mm. You know what? Like, cause like I have to agree with Eddie Hearn in this situation because look, as fans, we're not involved in the sport like that to know the ins and out in terms of the negotiations, what's going on in the back ends in terms of commercial numbers.
Mm,
Look, we've got a understanding that Anthony Yard obviously does more tickets than Buatsi. Yes, we can agree on that, and you can argue that both guys potentially, or one guy, Anthony Yard is obviously, in terms of his social profile, he's massive. He's got his obviously endorsements with Adidas. He's doing a great job with the whole branding of what he's doing as well. So for me, cuz um, the fight makes sense eventually. If both guys win a title, for example, if they're both champions, cuz that fight has to happen because regardless, like if you're a champion, you want another belt to unify the division. So like Eddie's saying, you can't run away. If another guy's holding the belt, it's coming eventually.
Okay, well, can you see an undisputed light heavyweight champion this year? Because
Honestly,
think about it. You've got, like I said, you've got Bivol, who holds the WBA.
yes.
You've got Joe Smith Jr., who holds the WBO.
Mm,
Then you've got the guy who, me personally, I think everyone's avoiding. This is just my opinion.
mm.
He's the IBF and the WBC champion. His name is Berta Biv.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know who you're talking about, cuz trust me. Yeah, yeah, he's a problem. He's a problem. That's why the pure boxing purists, like the boxing lovers, if Canelo moves up to light heavyweight, he needs to be fighting that guy who you're talking about. If he really wants to, claim his name as the best, which we know he is. He is right now is pound for pound the best. But there's not me, but there's other people that we, have in our social media world and in the boxing world that think that he's in a position that he where he could orchestrate his fights, which cause like if you're a top name, you should be able to do that. There's nothing wrong to do that. Do you know what I mean? Mayweather did it. Oscar De La Hoya did it at his time when he was top. Because remember, like this is sort of deviating off topic. When Oscar De La Hoya challenged Mayweather for the title at the time, the A side was Oscar De La Hoya, the B side was Mayweather. When he won, Mayweather became the A side, and then from there he was able to do what he does. But cause like it's absolutely crazy. But look,
So am I
um,
right in saying, like, with Anthony Yard and Buatsi, am I right in saying, like, so Anthony Yard is the A side and Buatsi is the B side?
definitely, I have no we're not in that space to know, but we can see from just online presence, just based on online presence, definitely Anthony Yarde's the A side. He's out there more than a Buatsi. He's obviously fought on world level already, so it just puts him above him on that level. But a fight between both guys, potentially, is a good fight, man. In my opinion, it's a good
They
fight.
will both. They will both do numbers. They'll both do numbers. My next question is, if that fight does happen, what station, what platform is it going to be on? DAZN or is it going to be on BT?
Oh, cuz just before you get because that's a great point. Before you get into that, I just want to run through this comment. Now, big up, Michael Keane, legendary name right there, Keane. So obviously, thanks for tuning into our show. Obviously, he's saying no way. Hey, obviously, he's saying there's not going to be a unification. I'm guessing he's going by our
Light heavyweight.
situation. Yeah, so he knows. Yeah, this year there's not going to be unification.
All right. This is how I see it. Yeah. If there's no rematch clause, if the champion is defending his belt, win or lose, whatever, eventually would want to unify, would want to unify all the belts, become the undisputed champion in the division. I mean, like, look, I don't want the light heavyweight division turning out like the heavyweight division where everyone's tied into rematch clauses and there's a long queue as usual. I just literally want, all right, somebody becomes, I want one of these cats either being Callum Johnson, was it Callum Smith, Buatsi, Anthony Yarde, or Richards. I want one of them to become a world champion. Yeah, do it for the Brits, and then I want somebody to try and unify. Because at the moment, the belts, funny enough, the belts ain't even here, bro. In another country. One's in America.
Country.
Yeah, different country. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So one of these guys, obviously Yarde, I'm really hoping that this year, because obviously he's got a good chance against Joe Smith Jr., I believe, isn't it, to win that title. So I'm hoping he can obviously have that fight.
Well, we'll have to see in it. We will have to see. My next question is to you, right? If that fight does happen, who wins and how?
Ooh, okay. Just before we get into that, I'm not gonna lie. We've got to speak about the zone and BT Sport point of view, because I'm not gonna lie. From a consumer's point of view, so me as a boxing fan, a consumer, in terms of money, to save money, I'm more than happy to go on my phone and get the zone. Do you know what I mean? And subscribe, and I'll be more happier for the fight to be on that platform, on that scale. But obviously, BT Sport reminds me a lot of it's a classic coverage. Do you know what I mean? It gives that classic feel. It's been around for a long time. They obviously got new energy now. It's a new field with what BT are doing, but it still gives me that classic feel, and I still like the coverage on BT Sport as well. But the cost is different to the zone. So from my understanding, the zone, how much you paying for subscription?
I think it's $7.99
compared to a fight that one off. You're paying how much?
If it's pay-per-view, depends.
25,
yeah.
26, 27, whatever price. Regardless, you're getting value for money in the zone.
Right.
From a consumer's point of view. So, if I wanted a fight to be on any platform, I would say the zone, just based on the value for money. But that's my views about what I genuinely think about it. But Carlos, what do you think, man?
I don't know. I mean, at this point now, my question is, are there pay-per-view fighters? No disrespect to them at all. I'm saying, like, are there pay-per-view fighters? Maybe not now, but if there's a belt online, then 100%.
Yeah, I'm just speaking hypothetically.
Yeah.
That if they both won titles at the time,
it'll be
point
big.
it out there. If they're both champions, and they decided to unify, obviously the location that I'm thinking, London Stadium, 80,000, home of the Olympics. West Ham's stadium. Obviously, we know it's going to be a bit of a home advantage to Yard, of course,
Mm.
but naturally, he's the bigger name, so it makes sense, right? So,
Rematch clause?
nah, man, just straight one,
No,
straight
no
one.
rematch clause.
Nah, straight one,
I can't see that happening, man. I
straight one.
cannot see that happening.
Obviously, we know, but look, obviously,
Yeah.
Michael Keane, look, big up. I love their involvement. I love what you're doing here. He's obviously saying BT, ooh, more chance of the unified and money talks. Yeah, it, I guess I understand where he's coming from. What do you think, Cuz? What do you think about what Michael's saying?
BT them more chance than unified, man. Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know.
Just hyper. If they're
But
both champions in that situation, maybe it could make sense.
if they, do you know what? Knowing Eddie, I think, well, knowing Eddie and Frank, not knowing them per se, but how they think, they would want it. They would want to share the platform on BT and on the zone.
How would that work? How would that work?
I don't
How
know,
would
because
that
obviously you
work?
got Yard, he's representing BT Sport, and then obviously Buatsi, he's with the zone. So I mean, I don't know how it worked, but I
Yeah,
suppose somehow they work something out.
I'm just trying to think. You see, with I know this is a little bit off topic, but when Mayweather fought Pacquiao, they
Mm.
did a joint collaboration, isn't it? The two different networks, isn't it?
Yes,
So
yes.
it can work, but it sort of depends on the situation. It depends on obviously the fighters, what they're offering as well, because
Unless they've yeah. It depends on that. If they're offering big money and
mm,
Frank's willing, then hey, I think it financially it will make sense on the zone because
mm,
it's a bigger platform, but it comes down to the fighters, and I suppose
yeah, definitely. Even Michael Keane agrees as well. I definitely feel that's the case. Look, Michael Keane, big up as well. You've got a legendary name, man. Look, I'm a Manchester United supporter, so Keane, my man. So
yeah.
love that, man. But regardless, anyway, the energy is always great. It's always good. And if that fight was to happen, that would be
Yeah.
a good situation. But you asked me who would win.
Yeah.
You
I
asked
thought it
me
was
who would
avoiding my
win.
question. Yeah.
Ah, you're putting me on the spot, cuz. You're putting me on the
Yeah.
spot.
Mm. Remember who will win and how.
Man. Okay. Honestly,
Mm.
my heart's telling me Yard will win, man. My heart's telling me Yard will win.
Yeah. Well, for me, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a close one. I'm not too sure. It can go either way, but something tells me I don't know because they're both good boxers. Yeah, both good. I think the first fight can potentially be a draw. I don't know why because I rate both of them highly. I rate both of them highly. Me per se, I don't even want them to fight. If I'm honest with you, that's just
Mm.
coming from a fan's point of view. I don't want to see them two fight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? Because it's
But
good energy. It's good
just
energy.
business.
Both of
Just
them.
business.
That's what I'm saying. And I like I like both guys' persona. You got
Mm.
the beast from the east, and then you've
Mm.
got just business. Like
Yeah. No trash
putting
talk,
that
just
together.
humble
That's just
people.
no trash
Businessmen,
talk.
They let the fix
Businessmen.
talk.
That's
Yeah.
what I like, man. That's
Mm.
the energy I like, and I understand what you mean. Cause after you saying that, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, cause I like both of them. I'm not even gonna lie.
Mm.
I like both of them. Generally speaking, I like both of them. Both guys bring different energy. Just business does his thing.
Yeah.
Just business.
Just
You saw his
business.
last fight. What he
Yeah,
did,
just business. Just
like
business,
just
bro.
business.
Bro.
And you saw what Yard did in his last fight. Beast from
Yeah,
the
yeah,
east.
yeah.
So it's the
Humble guy,
energy that
but
these guys are
yeah,
bringing.
of
Like
course.
I love the guys, man. So that's why, for me, hypothetically, and look, man, before I get to this point, big up obviously Michael Keane. You're on this conversation with us, my brother, man. So God bless. He's
Mm,
obviously saying it will be
yeah.
epic, and I
Mm,
agree. I agree. It would absolutely be
mm.
big, and he's saying you're right, cuz Michael
Yeah.
Keane saying right. It's
Mm,
true. It's true.
yeah, man.
I think it'll be a massive fight. It'll be big,
Mm,
but
mm,
I think, like you said, it's too early.
mm.
If both fighters had a belt,
Yeah,
then I think a
it's
conversation about a
what
unification could happen
yeah,
in London
definitely. I mean,
Stadium.
look, it's early. When I say early now, it's because I just feel that Yard's pretty much one shot away from potentially becoming a world champion. So
Mm,
the fight could eventually happen end of this year. Do you know what I mean?
mm,
But at the
mm,
same time, I would say, for Buatsi, to climb up the ladder and perhaps challenge Bivol for the title. You know,
mm.
it will be
That's
a big
what I
payday
want to
for both
see.
men. So,
That's what I
mm.
want to see. Just business. Like, if you're listening, just business. Get in the ring, get that opponent, get that man, get that belt. Just business. That's how
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
say it, man.
There you go.
Yeah, man. So we can one day see this fight because
Yeah,
potentially I think this is a massive fight. It's
one
huge
hundred
if
percent,
this
one
happens.
hundred
If
percent.
if both guys are champions, though, that's why
Both
I
Brits.
really
Yeah.
want. I want Yard to have this fight. I keep mentioning the London Stadium, even if he's not gonna fight Buatsi in the London Stadium this year.
Mm.
If he gets that title shot, Frank, if you're listening, London Stadium, 80,000. You know what? I should be even asking New Council to give me a cut out of the commission when this fight happens, man, because it's huge. It's 80,000 people, cuz 80,000. Obviously, he's not gonna do the 80,000, but still, if you're gonna get a nice chunk from that, that's
Mm.
come on, like I would go.
Yeah.
I just live around
Yeah.
the corner. I would go,
Yeah.
but that's just me. Just I'm because
You're
obviously
just getting excited. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
getting gas,
yeah,
man. Like,
yeah. Of course, of
don't
course, of
mind
course.
me. I like to
Yeah.
dream. I like to dream, man. So it's for free, isn't it, man? This
It's good
place.
to
So
dream. Dream is
it's good to
good.
dream. Dream is good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Definitely, definitely. Look, even Mike saying you feel it, man. Look, big up, man. Big up, big up, big up, man. Big up, cuz, man.
Mm,
Obviously, we got an interesting one, man. But before
mm.
we sort of wrap up and get to our sort of the ending bit of the show,
Yeah.
what I just wanted to ask you quickly, because this is a little bit off topic, and this is a subject that I like to ask normally on this pod. What have you seen online that you think, you know what, this is a good topic to talk about right now? What have you seen online from the boxing
What's his
world?
name? Well, Fury calling out. I forgot his name now. The
Francis
UFC
Ngannou,
heavyweight.
yeah, 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 yeah.
The what's his name
Oh,
again?
Francis
I forgot
Ngannou,
it.
yeah,
There you
Francis
go.
Ngannou, yeah, yeah. What do you
Okay.
think?
All right. This is my views. Personally, I think it's disrespectful. Reasons
Mm,
why I say this, yeah, right? Look, Fury at the moment is a WBC champion, yeah. You got people here in the rankings waiting to challenge him, yeah. There's no way he's gonna jump ship and fight my man. There's no
mm,
way. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to Dylan White, bro. Do
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
I know they're going through whatever they're going through, but bro, come on, man. I mean, look, if Fury wasn't a champion, heavyweight champion, then why not? Why not? But him fighting my what's his name again, Francis? He's got
Francis
nothing to prove.
Ngannou, yeah,
He's got
yeah.
absolutely nothing to prove. He's
Mm,
got nothing to prove. That fight can wait. It wouldn't make sense if it happens now. It just won't make sense. I
mm,
mean, commercial wise, it might make sense. Yeah, money. And because also I know UFC they're going through financial issues where I don't know they're not getting paid properly, whatnot. And I understand
yeah,
through
it's just a bit
wants a
crazy right
blessing
now,
of an
man.
opportunity, but I
Mm,
don't. I don't. I now. Now maybe later on in the end of the year, if there's no unification fight or whatever, then
mm,
yeah. But now, it just doesn't make sense, bro. Just think about it. Imagine, right? Imagine I'm Fury, yeah, and
mm,
you're a contender,
yeah,
in the rankings, want to challenge me, yeah. Then I go
yeah.
fight a UFC dude. How would you feel?
I'll be pissed. Like you know what? I'll be hassling you online.
There
Honestly,
you
I'll be
go.
tagging you. I'll be going mad. I'll be like, mate, like you're running off from fighting a UFC guy when I'm here waiting for a title shot. I've been waiting. Like in
Mm,
my mind, I'm trying to deep like how Dylan's thinking when he's looking at all of this. Like Francis Ngannou, That's what's it's making him madder to the point where, cuz, like, honestly, we've said this off air, man, but all this frustration is building up. It could be a big finish
Right,
for Dylan. Do you know what I
all
mean?
I'm saying
It's
is,
a mad thing.
all I'm saying
Mhm.
is, the fight. I believe it will eventually happen, and if there's no rematch clause, boy, somebody's in trouble.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If there's
Mhm.
no rematch clause for that fight,
Mm.
I'm telling you, somebody is in trouble.
Definitely, definitely,
That's what I'm saying.
definitely, definitely.
You know,
Big up, man. Big up. And look, Michael, I absolutely love the involvement, mate, man. I absolutely love that. He's obviously saying, I think he's referring to the Francis Ngannou and Fury fight.
Mm.
Look, he's trying to make it into a circus, applying,
No, I mean,
obviously implying to Fury.
yeah,
We
no, but
agree,
look,
man. It's obviously a bit of a madness, but what are you saying, guys, man?
it's a madness.
Good
But
point.
look, some could argue and say Floyd Mayweather done it with Conor McGregor, but
Mm.
Floyd Mayweather, that was his last fight, right?
Yeah.
And you know that. Well, look, each of them earning it, but what I'm saying is okay. Let's change it. Imagine now it was AJ wanting to fight UFC dude,
Oh,
just a random person. Everyone
no.
will be like, ah, he's darking,
Yeah.
he's this and that, this and
Mm.
that. Do you know what I mean? So,
You're
nah,
right.
man, don't do it, man. Just wait. Just wait.
Yeah,
Just
you're
wait.
100% right, man. I think if Tyson Fury's watching as well, look, as a fellow Manchester United fan, my brother, don't fight Francis Ngannou. Look, I'm not trying to stop people's money as well. Francis Ngannou, look, I love you, my brother. Like, you're doing big things in UFC, but Fury and White needs to happen, man. I don't want to deviate away from these other distractions. I need to see that fight this year, like Fury versus White. We need to see this fight. Obviously, you want O2, I want Old Trafford, but regardless of what location, cause we're both gonna be going there, man.
Yeah, of
Definitely,
course, 100%,
regardless of
one
what it
hundred
is, even
percent.
if it's Old Trafford, we
Listen,
got Manchester. Obviously, we
listen,
got
one
we
hundred
we got
percent.
family up there, man. Obviously, big up Tants,
Listen.
man. We got obviously family there. We'll have a good one there, man. So like,
Listen, I
you already know.
100%. I'm there. Hopefully
Mm,
ringside as well, but I'm there.
yeah, definitely.
I'm
Oh,
there.
cause
You
that would be a
know, I'm
dream. That
there.
would be a dream.
That'll be a
That
dream
would
come
actually be
true.
a dream. Yeah, that would
Hopefully
actually be
this
a dream.
year.
But generally, Tyson Fury
Yeah.
wants to fight at Old Trafford. He wants to do it. He said it a
Make
few
it
times that he
happen.
wants to do it.
Make it happen. He wants
That's
to
what I'm just
make it
like.
happen.
That's what I'm
It'll
like.
happen. It'll
Just
happen.
need to happen,
Remember,
cuz.
everything's about timing. When the time is
Mm,
right, things will happen. You can never
mm,
rush things. At the moment, they're negotiating. Well, they're going through something, but
mm,
hopefully, hopefully next month we hear something. Yeah.
No, it's true. No, it's
Yeah.
true, man. It's true. Yeah, cuz, man. Obviously, we're coming up to the end of the show, of course, man.
Mm,
But, cuz, I like the way you wrap things up, man. Do you know what I mean? I
mm.
like to wrap this up the Mister Sports Entertainment way. Like, how you gonna do this for me, cuz? Like, how you gonna do this for me?
Well, I'm gonna say good evening, everyone. Good evening. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I go by the name of Biyenge. Remember, especially you and you and you, to like, yeah, share, comment, and subscribe. We're out.
Yes. But out, man. Big up.